Introducing first, in the corner to my right, fighting out of Seattle, Washington, here is Kimber. And her opponent to my left, fighting out of Chicago, / St. Louis, / Dallas, Texas, the wrestling goddess, Athena.
We love you, Kimber.
Love you too.
Well, Aaron, here we go, our second qualifier. Eddie Starr already in, and we see the show of respect, the handshake between Kimberly and Athena. Of course, both of these, as you can hear the crowd getting behind them, have quite the following here in Absolute Intense Wrestling, and let's be honest, all over professional wrestling.
Well, both these girls have taken the wrestling world by storm, not just the women's wrestling world, but the entire professional wrestling world by storm. I mean, Athena is that road-wise. She's been time-tested. I mean, she's not old, but she's a veteran of the ring. And
here you have the second appearance for Athena here in Absolute Intense Wrestling. Of course, victorious in her debut over Sassy Stephanie in a match that literally was not only fan-demanded, but fan-supported. Our fans wanted her here in Absolute Intense Wrestling, wanted to see the opportunity so bad that they got behind and helped essentially, literally, get her here. This time, of course, when it came time to establish a new #1 contender, she was one of the top names on the list. And look at the reversals between Kimberly and Athena, back and forth, attempting to get the advantage.
And maybe the most impressive thing about that exchange is that, well, there was a cover there, but Kimberly well, she's that fiery young, basically a rookie still. She's a baby in this industry.
Indeed, Kimberly, of course, caught the eyes of those of us here in Absolute Intense Wrestling very early on and was pegged as one of the faces to watch, one of the future queens of wrestling, to use an adage that's potentially overused by many, but there's good reason she's gotten it. Right now, it's her turn with the cover as Athena shoulders to the mat, but only for a 2 count.
And we're talking at GN07, Kimberly got her very first win here in Girls Night Out competition against Melanie Cruz, and what many consider a huge upset. I mean, the size and strength advantage that Melanie Cruz had, and the experience advantage over somebody like Kimberly. But Kimberly has shown, she's proven that she's nobody to take lightly.
Well, indeed, Kimberly, don't mistake her potentially easygoing demeanor. She's an extremely nice person, as you saw with the interaction with the crowd. But don't mistake that for weakness from Kimberly.
Don't take her kindness for weakness. I hear what you're saying.
She will not back down from a challenge. We saw that with Melanie Cruz. We saw it with the likes of Cherry Bomb and, of course, Veda Scott and some of her previous losses here in Girls Night Out competition. But she seems to be just that half a step away from absolutely breaking out, both here in Girls Night Out and professional wrestling as a whole. And I'll tell you what, a win over Athena tonight will be a huge, huge step for her in the right direction. Athena, as you said, road tested, absolutely all over, has just developed such a name for herself and is looking to expand on that tonight by getting into that ladder match later tonight. They both know exactly what is at stake.
What I like most about Kimberly, maybe, is that with each previous loss that she had in Girls Night Out competition, she learned something. That
shoulder block, Athena literally running through Kimberly, just dropping her to the mat, but that time Kimberly Lee, you see sidestepping, looking for the hip toss. Athena landing on her feet. Kimberly just like that, headlock takedown.
And look, that's what I'm talking about. She learns something, not only with every match, but with every move she learns something. She almost thinks on the fly, and she can counter something almost immediately after it happens the first time. Kimberly, very impressive. I had an opportunity to do a podcast with her earlier in the week. And Kimberly was very funny. She's very outgoing. She's a very personable girl. But also, you can see in the ring, she can get it done.
That inverted atomic drop, I was going to question whether or not she took a little bit too long to taunt Athena, but that kick to the side of the head, I was going to say may have put Athena down, but she getting that shoulder up on 2.
And I would like to take this time to thank the A1 Wrestling Podcast for having myself and Kimberly on as guests of their program. We had a great time on there. We had a lot of fun. Learned about four-sided die, which we never knew before what they were. But here we go. And look at Kimberly in there. She's got a submission hold on her, a version of the camel clutch. But
Athena just throwing the body weight back, not only managing to fight her way to her feet, dropping her weight to knocking the wind right out of Kimberly. And I'll tell you what, to be able to kick out, you certainly have to be able to breathe. And look at that, giving no space, no time to recover for Kimberly.
Well, you know what? That's impressive on Athena's part. She knows what she has to do. She knows that Kimberly is quick on her feet, that can think on her feet, and so she's not giving her the opportunity to have a thought. And another thing, Athena has been a powerhouse in this match, and she's not normally regarded as a powerhouse. But look at a kick like that.
That axe kick right to the base of the skull, and still only a 2 count. Kimberly still fighting. As I said, these two know exactly what is at stake. These two refusing to give up, and I'll tell you what, I've seen some previews for this show that declared that this was a matchup that could be a main event anywhere in the world right now.
And I don't know if you saw this, Wadsworth, but did you see the look on Kimberly's face after she just got struck by the,
Head spring forearm into the corner, just driving. I'll tell you what the look is in Kimberly's face right now, glazed over. I don't know how she's still standing, let alone up and over the top.
But look, I'm telling you, she is just on the fly. I love it.
Kimberly, Jake Clemens right in there with the count. Of course, you have to think, a move like that later tonight in that ladder match, there is no count.
Hey, look at Kimberly go to the top rope now.
Potentially looking for that missile drop kick that we've seen so many times out of her before. Just planning it, we saw Athena go head over heels to the far corner.
And look at how she pulls Athena to the middle of the ring.
Hooks the leg, only a 2 count yet again for Kimberly. And now Kimberly trying to figure out what it's going to take. As I said, the spirit that both of these women have, both of them know that it's not just a shot at the AEW women's title, but wait a second, setting up that armbar, just cinching it down. Grapevining across, Athena looking to roll, looking to take the pressure off the elbow, take the pressure off the shoulder, trying to keep that arm from getting hyperextended and just yanked right out of the joint.
And Wadsworth, I don't know if you know this or not, or if the people at home know this or not, but Athena had suffered a left arm injury in working out previously. I think it was on Tuesday, earlier this week, that she suffered that injury, but she's been trying to keep it quiet.
There we see Athena stacking Kimberly up, getting those shoulders to the mat for the 2 count, but the damage I think is done. You can see her favoring the shoulder, cupping that elbow. Trying to work it out, looking to work that succession of kicks up to the head. Oh! The German suplex right on the back of their head.
Kimberly is not from Germany, but she just suplexed her.
Kimberly just absolutely desperate to get into that main event, to get that future title shot.
And what about our crowd here?
Well, you heard it when they came out earlier. When some of our fans letting Kimberly know how they feel. She's going up top again. Kimberly perching up top. Athena slowly recovering, staggering in, looking one more time for that kick. Athena,
oh my God.
And then one kick certainly doesn't miss its mark.
There's no doubt in my mind if Athena could have covered her right there, she may have had a victory.
Well, this time it's Athena headed up top. Athena,
oh face,
center of the ring. Hook and leg, 1, 2,